All right, let's just jump right into it. We have got an absolute monster of a divisional showdown for the top spot in the NFC West. The Seattle Seahawks taking on the Los Angeles Rams. And look, this is not just another game. This is a battle between two of the most dominant, most efficient teams in the entire league. So let's break down what the predictive analytics say is going to be the deciding factor.
So when you put these two teams side by side, the first thing that just screams at you is how evenly matched they are. This is a true heavyweight bout. On one side, you've got the Seahawks, a defensive juggernaut with a seriously explosive offense. And on the other, the Rams, who are just a model of surgical efficiency and discipline. Seriously, on paper, good luck trying to find an edge here.
And you know what? The numbers, they tell the exact same story. Both teams are sitting pretty at an identical 10-3 record. But the real story here is the DVOA rating. Now that's just a fancy way of measuring a team's overall efficiency. And get this, the Seahawks are ranked #1 in the whole NFL, and the Rams right on their heels at #2. They're separated by less than a single percentage point. We are literally about to watch the two most efficient teams in all of football go head-to-head.
Okay, so if they're that close statistically, where is this game actually going to be won or lost? Well, it all comes down to a few key matchups where their styles just completely clash. And the first one, well, it's that classic, unstoppable force meets an immovable object. We're talking about Seattle's defense versus the Rams quarterback.
Look, the entire identity of the Seahawks defense is built on one thing: relentless, overwhelming pressure. They've racked up 239 quarterback pressures this season, which puts them at second in the entire league. Their whole game plan is to live in the backfield, disrupt the quarterback's timing, and force a ton of mistakes. That's their #1 weapon.
But, and this is a huge but for Seattle, their biggest strength runs smack into Matthew Stafford's biggest strength, his unbelievable poise and ball security. Stafford has thrown an interception on just 0.9% of his passes this season. That is an absurdly low number, one of the best we've seen. He just does not make mistakes.
So this really is the central question for the entire game, right? Does Seattle's chaotic pressure finally crack the code on Stafford's surgical precision, or does Stafford's discipline just completely neutralize Seattle's best weapon? Honestly, the answer to that question could very well decide the whole thing. All right, so let's shift gears. We've talked about the air attack, now let's get down to the ground war. Because the second critical battlefield is the running game. And just like with the passing game, we see two very different but equally effective approaches that are going to clash. And it's all about controlling the tempo.
For the Rams, the guy to watch is Kyren Williams. He's a high-volume, high-efficiency machine, averaging over 15 carries a game at a fantastic 4.9 yards per carry. His whole job is to chew up the clock and keep that ferocious Seattle pass rush stuck on the sidelines. Now for Seattle, Kenneth Walker is also a total workhorse, but he's facing a much tougher task.
And here's why. Seattle has this bend-don't-break philosophy on defense. What that means is, yeah, they might give up some yards between the 20s, but the second it hits third down, they turn into a brick wall. They're the #2 ranked third down defense in the league, getting their offense back on the field nearly 70% of the time. So that's the real question. Can Kyren Williams' efficiency break through that third down wall and let the Rams control the clock?
And that brings us to maybe the biggest piece of the puzzle: the guys under center. The quarterbacks in this game, well, they could not be more different in how they play. And it creates this fascinating dynamic of risk versus reward. On one side, you've got Seattle's Sam Darnold. And man, he is the definition of high risk, high reward. He's always looking to push the ball downfield, always trying to create those explosive, game-changing plays. And on the other side, you've got Matthew Stafford, he's like a surgeon, flawless, methodical, and all about efficiency. He just takes what the defense gives him and absolutely refuses to turn the ball over. I mean, the stats here tell the entire story. Just look at the touchdown to interception ratio. Stafford's is just nuts, 35-4. Darnold, a much more volatile 22-11. And you can see that in their interception percentage, where Darnold's is over 3 times higher than Stafford's. Now, both guys have an excellent passer rating, don't get me wrong, but Stafford's efficiency and ball security this year are just in another stratosphere.
Okay, so we've laid it all out. These teams are basically mirror images of each other. They both have an elite strength that directly counters what the other team does best, so where's the tiebreaker? Where do the predictive models finally find that one little crack, that one decisive edge that separates these two titans?
And you know where it is? It's in the most high-pressure part of the field, the red zone. Now, while both defenses are great, the Rams are on another level here. They only allow a touchdown on 42.5% of their opponent's red zone trips. That's the second best mark in the entire NFL. They force field goals when it matters most, and in a game this close, believe me, those 4-point swings are everything. So, when you put all of these pieces together, the predictive analysis points to one very clear conclusion. The Rams' defining characteristic, their incredible discipline and mistake-free offense, is basically the perfect antidote to Seattle's defining characteristic, which is creating chaos through pressure.
The bottom line is this. The models are predicting that Matthew Stafford's insane ball security and the Rams' ability to execute without making mistakes, that's going to be the trump card. In a game of inches between two perfectly matched teams, the one that makes fewer mistakes is the one that's projected to come out on top.
And that kind of leaves us with one final thought to chew on. In a true clash of titans like this, what actually wins out? Is it the raw, chaotic pressure that's designed to force mistakes? Or is it the cold, disciplined efficiency that just refuses to make them? Well, we're all about to find out.